energies. In the past, you've even paid premium prices for single-purpose gasolines, recommended to do one thing well. Until now, no triple-energy gasoline has been available. Try Shell 3-Energy gasoline. It's a gasoline triumph, a quality product made to give you everything you want in a fuel. Here we are at the store. The boys are hopeful that the young and wealthy vagabond Hector Smith, who shares his fortune with people who are kind to him, will show up soon. Today we find Zeb out in front of the store repairing the pump, damaged yesterday when he backed his car into it.
Oh, Eb! Eb! Eb!
Yeah? What you want?
Come here a second, will you? I want you to give me a hand to fixing this here gas pump.
I don't know nothing about fixing a gas pump.
No, you don't have to know. I got this here now handbook that Mr. Sharp left with us. It tells all about it. I'll read it to you, and all you have to do is just what it says.
No, all right. But gosh dang it, you're always figuring out work to do, Zeb. Well, what does the book say? What does it say?
Keep your shirt on, I'll tell you now. It says here, the long-shot gasoline pump is built to last a lifetime and positively will not get out of order.
That's a fact. It ain't got out of order of gas since we had the darn thing.
However, should it cease to operate smoothly, a child can repair it.
Well, why don't you get a child to repair it? What's the idea of taking up my time?
Oh, say, keep your trap shut, will you? And let me see what it says to do. To repair the pump, first remove the jacket.
I ain't got no jacket on.
Well, take off your vest then. I don't suppose it makes a heap of difference.
Oh, all right. But it don't sound like it makes sense to me.
Of course it makes sense. A feller always takes off his coat and vest when he goes to work, don't he?
Yeah. Well, go on. What else does it say?
Now, wait a second now. Oh, yes. It says, after the jacket is removed, remove the two shoes.
You mean I gotta take off my shoes?
Well, that's what it says here.
Well, I ain't gonna do it.
You gotta do it.
I won't do it.
I tell you gotta, Eb. It says here, remove the two shoes so you can loosen the nut marked for a B.
Must think I'm going to loosen it with my toes.
No, I don't give a darn how you loosen it. But you gotta do what the book says.
Oh, all right.
Now, as soon as the nut marked for a B is loosened, remove the brass pin.
No, sir. Right there's where I quit. You can get somebody else to fix your pump. I'm not going to take out that brass pin.
What's the matter with you? Why not?
'Cause that pin's what holds up my pants.
Oh, well, let the pin go, but go on and loosen the nut.
Well, where is the nut? I don't see it.
Just a second now. According to the picture here in the book, it's down inside the pump. I allow you'll have to take the cover off.
Well, give me the hammer. I'll take it off for you.
All right. Take it easy.
Just knock that off there.
Got it?
There you be. I reckon this here's the nut it means.
Now, wait till I take a look at the picture here. Nut 4B. 4B. Oh, yes. Yep, that's the one. All right, then it says to throw out the gear.
I think we ought to throw out the whole darn pump. Is this the gear?
Now, wait a second. Yeah, that's it. Throw it out.
Where'll I throw it?
I don't care where you throw it. Toss it into the trash can over there.
All right, what next?
Well, just a second now. Throw out the gear, and then take out bolt 5 and ratchet.
Do what, Dad?
It says here ratchet.
Huh. Must be a misprint. Must mean scratch it.
Oh, what in tarnation would you scratch it for?
'Cause it itches, I suppose. Say, hand me them pliers. I'll get a hold of this here.
What's the matter?
Danged if I can pull those bolts out.
Well, bear down on her. You getting her?
Yep, there she comes. Here she is.
Oh, for the land's sake now. What in thunderation you doing? I didn't say to take out the hull inside of the pump. Was that bolt 5 you pulled out?
No, but it was the same thing.
Same thing? What do you mean it's the same thing? The book said to take out bolt 5.
No, I couldn't find bolt 5, so I took out bolts 2 and 3.
Oh, dad ding it. You give me a pain. Now we never will get this mess together again.
I'll get it together.
Yes? Well, let's see you do it. Do it. Go on and do it.
Well, don't rush me. Don't rush me. I'll do it.
Well,
all right.
go on.
Hey, look at this here.
Next time I let a darn fool work on this pump, I'll do it myself.
Hey, where do you reckon this gadget goes?
Well, wait till I look in the book and see what it is. I reckon that's lever B.
What's that?
Lever B.
That suits me. I'd just soon leave the whole job be. Here's something else that don't seem to fit in no place.
Well, just a second. Oh, here it is, right here in the picture. That's part ought to. Goes right in there.
What part you say it was?
Ought to, ought to.
You mean it ought to go in there?
No, I don't mean no such thing.
Well, then it don't go in there.
Certainly it does. Certainly it does.
But you just now said it didn't.
Oh, I didn't nother. I said that's part ought to.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it ought to go in, but it don't.
Oh, gosh almighty. Here, give me that. Now hand me the cover.
All right, here it is. Here's the cover.
I can fix the darn contraption while you're standing around thinking about it.
Yeah, but I bet it won't work.
Well, I bet it will work.
Bet it won't.
Well,
Look at all them parts you left out laying on the ground.
well, what about it? We can use them sometimes to make another pump. Now, grab a hold of that there crank and give her a turn. We'll see whether it works or not. Know so much. Say that.
Why, the darn thing works backwards. I told you couldn't fix it. It works backwards.
Well, what if it does? Before I fixed it, it didn't work at all. Quit your crabbing and put your shoes on. There might be a customer coming along any minute.
Yeah. Maybe that young fella that's giving all his money away will be along.
Yes,
What's his name now? Hector Smith, ain't it?
that's right. I darn near forgot about him. We'll have to be keeping sort of lookout.
Well. Now, what are you standing there scratching your head like that? Why are you doing that?
Well, 'cause that's the only way I know how to scratch it.
Well, danged if it ain't Mr. Clark, the efficiency expert. How be, Mr. Clark? Something we can do for you?
Yes, you can pay your bill for the advice I gave you.
Shucks, we didn't take your advice.
Yes, we did, Eb. We took part of it. Remember, Mr. Clark, you told us to do something to get passing cars to stop here? Well, we put in this gas pump.
Gas pump? Do you call that a gas pump?
Certainly it is.
And you fellows are trying to run a service station?
Sure, we're selling long-shot gas.
Say, let me give you a little piece of advice.
Not at the $100 a crack.
Oh, no, I won't charge you for this. But let me tell you something about the public's attitude toward gasoline. Long shot may be a good gasoline, and it may not. But your wise motorist doesn't take a chance on a brand he doesn't know.
You mean a feller wouldn't stop to buy long shot gas?
Well, now, why should he? Here's a man driving a car propelled by a fine piece of mechanism, a gasoline motor. Why should he put into that mechanism an unknown, untried brand of gasoline when he can get a brand he can be sure of at practically the same cost?
I never stopped to think of it. But, Mr. Clark, how about trying some of this long shot and telling us what you think about it?
Oh, all right. My tank holds 15 gallons. It's down to 6, so fill her up.
All right, go ahead, Eb. Fill her up for Mr. Clark.
You want me to fill it, eh?
Yes, go on, get to work and wind that handle.
How much is that?
3 gallons.
Oh, wait a minute. I must have read that gauge wrong. It's only registering 3 gallons right now. You'd better put in 12.
All right.
Exercise will do you good. Go on, pump her.
I'm getting tired.
That's too bad.
How much have you put in now?
6 gallons all told.
All right, go ahead and... Oh, say, what's the matter here? This gauge registers 0. Take a look in my gas tank and see what's wrong.
Just a second.
Go on the back, look at the gauge, the back of the tank.
Oh, shut up. Well, I'll be dad darned. I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, but you see, our pump's a little out of whack. Instead of pumping gas into your tank, it's been pumping it out.
Well, people ought to be willing to stop just to see that pump operate. We hope the boys realize that Mr. Clark's advice is well worth listening to. And here's something else worth listening. Shell Free Energy gasoline, supplying quick energy, power energy, and anti-knock energy, needs only an introduction. It will sell itself when you try it. The reason is that Shell Free Energy gasoline is made to your order. Shell took motorists' statements of what an ideal gasoline should do, found they checked perfectly with practical and technical standards, and made a gasoline to fit. And the result was the first combination, all-purpose fuel. A gasoline that makes it possible for your motor to respond every time under all conditions. Quick starts, bursts of speed, smooth, even pull, and reserve power, together with the highest anti-knock efficiency of any non-premium fuel on the market. Shell Free Energy gasoline has all these. Drive into any Shell dealers. Say, fill her up with free energy.
You Alaman, let's do a grand right and left. Right and left around the ring, walk on your heel and toe. Just side of with your lady fair, now promenade her around the square. Promenade that mountain promenade. Now the head couples forward, you come back to the ring. You pass through and separate around the outside ring. Come back home and go to the it's to your corner, Alamando. Come back to your partner, you swing 'em round and round. Alaman left on the corner, now you walk right by your own. You swing the right and lady.
Okay, where's Mr. Peters? Oh, hello, Hector. Who, Eb? Well, he went over to the bank. Why? I want to see him, that's why. I'm going to get at the bottom of this business. What business? What business are you talking about? Well, you know, the other evening when Hortense called up and broke that date with me, said she was sick in bed with a headache. Yes, of course I do. She told the story. You told me to tell you. Yes, well, Mr. Peters said that he saw her over at Parton's drugstore with Major Barnes. Well, if Eb said he did, he did. You don't figure he'd lie to you, do you? No, of course I don't. But I just want to make sure, that's all. Because I'm going to get that big bum Major Barnes. You just wait and see. Well, now, don't talk like a fool, Hector Smith. I reckon Major Barnes has got a right to go out with Hortense if he wants to. And don't forget, he's the fella that's going to give you a job. So you better be a mite careful or you'll get fired before you even go to work. Shoot. What do I care about an old job? Oh. I've been fired from 10 times better jobs than the one he's going to give me. I got a good notion to go up and punch him right on the nose. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, listen, I got a picture of you punching Major Barnes in the nose. Why, he'd make mincemeat out of you, Hector. Oh, is that so? Is that so? Well, it ain't so. You just let me tell you something. I'm a lot stronger than I look. Oh. I used to be a professional wrestler, I did. Yes, I suppose so. Well, I did. I wrestled for the championship once. Against a great big tall fella. Gosh, but he was big and tall. He was so tall, Mr. Winterbottom, he was so tall that he couldn't reach the top of his head. Well, this fella... Wait a minute here. So tall that he couldn't reach the top of his head, how'd he put his hat on? Well, he stood on a chair. Well, this fellow was the champion of the world, mind you. Well, what was his name? What was his name? What was that, Mr. Winterbottom? I asked you what his name was. Oh, his name. Yes, that's right. That's right. And so what's right? I asked you what the feller's name was. Oh, his name? Yes. His name was, that's his name. Oh, his name was Neuritis, that's it, Neuritis. Neuritis? Yes. You see, they call him that because he was a pain in the neck. Oh. Well, anyway, we were wrestling for the championship of the world. The great stadium was packed to capacity. The bleachers are a riot of color. It's a great spectacle, folks, a great spectacle. I only wish you could be here with me and see it. There goes the whistle. The teams are lining up. Signals. 100, 102, 184, 163. Say, Hector, how you mean? There was a team of wrestlers? Wrestlers? Oh, wrestlers. Oh, no. No, there was only neuritis and myself. Well, as I say, the gong sounded. We leaped into the center of the ring. Neuritis made a pass. Then I passed. The referee passes. And the fourth fellow bids 2 hearts and makes a grand slam. What do you think of that?
Yes, but say, what about the wrestling? Who won?
Oh, who won? Yes. Well, you see, Mr. Winterbottom, it was like this. We jump into the center of the ring, and suddenly his arms are around me.
Yes.
He forced me down to the mat.
Yes.
Forced me down, foot by foot, inch by inch. Now he's got me in a half Nelson. A half Nelson.
A half Nelson, huh?
Yes, half Nelson and half police dog. Yes. We're straining every muscle. We're all tangled up in each other. All tangled up. With one hand I have a hold of his ear. With the other a hold of his elbow. And then what do you think happened? A big foot stuck right in my face.
Oh, that was kind of dirty, wasn't it?
Yes, I'll say it was. It was the dirtiest foot I ever saw.
Oh, I mean the sort of dirty rat.
Yes, and right then when I had my hands full too, and couldn't do a thing about it. So there we were, tugging and pulling and all tangled up, and me with that foot in my face. Oh,
well,
God.
Hector, why didn't you bite it?
Huh? Oh, bite it?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's what I did do. I bit it. I sunk my teeth deep into it, right to the bone.
And did you win the championship?
Oh, shoot, no. It was my own foot.
It was your own foot. Oh, you dead darn young scalawag. You better be getting along now. Ain't got no time for
now, wait a minute, Mr. Winterbottom. I've got to see Mr. Peters. I want to make absolutely sure it was Hortense he saw in the drugstore that night. I'm a fair man, Mr. Winterbottom. I want to give her all the benefit of the doubt.
Well, now, supposing it was Hortense, and supposing she was with Major Barnes, I don't see what you can do about it.
Little you know, Mr. Winterbottom, little you know what Hector Smith is when his anger is aroused. Don't forget that. I've got a terrible temper. Oh, gosh, it's just awful. Sometimes it even scares me. Why, when I get mad, Mr. Winterbottom, it takes 4 grown men to hold me. Just think of that, 4 grown men.
4 men?
Yeah, well, of course, if you're short-handed, why, one can do it.
Besides, you couldn't do nothing to Hortense nohow. She's a woman.
Yes, but don't forget another thing, Mr. Winterbottom. I'm a he-man. I'm a caveman. I'll show her where to head in at. You just wait and see.
That darn fool, Hector. Just
do I care? I'll drag her by the...
Look out. Oh,
we got caught in the steps.
Hortense, look out now.
Say, I've got something to say to you, Hortense.
Oh, hello, Hector. Well, what is it? I'm in a hurry.
Now, careful, Hector, careful. Don't lose your temper.
Well, I don't think you're treating me right the way you're acting.
The way I'm acting? I don't know what you mean.
Well, go around with Major Barnes. You see, I don't like it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, let me say something to you, Hector Smith. I'll go with whomever I please. Major Barnes is a perfect gentleman, and I feel honored when he asks me to go out with him.
Yes.
And what's more, he's one of the bravest men in the world. Why, he's a famous ace. He saved Paris during the war, brought down a bombing plane single-handed.
Yes, but
why, he'd make a dozen of you, Hector Smith, and it's about time that you began to realize
yes,
it.
But
And another thing, I don't see that I'm accountable to you anyway as to what company I prefer. I'm my own boss. I do as I please. Who do you imagine you are, anyhow? You're nothing but a village cut-up. You're the joke of the whole town.
Hey, what's
Very idea.
going on
I've
here,
never
Jack?
heard of such impudence. Stranger, tell
Now,
me.
wait a minute, Hortense. Just a minute.
you kids,
Yes.
stop this dad darn fussing and get out of here.
Yes, you go on, Hector. We'll tend to Hortense. Go on now.
All right, I'll go. But that villain Major Barnes had best beware, because the man who thwarts Hector Smith is doomed.
Oh. Now, listen here. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, too, Hortense, coming in here and starting an argument.
Yeah, you're always starting an argument.
I'm not. But I wasn't going to stand there and allow a clown like Hector Smith to criticize the man who saved Paris all by himself.
Yes, well, what if he did save a parasol for himself?
I didn't save Paris all right. I didn't.
See, there you go, starting an argument.
Oh, I'm not starting an argument. I only said that Major Barnes saved Paris from an air attack. He told me all about it last night, just how he did it.
Bet it was a dad darn fake.
How could it be a fake when he has a medal to prove it? Everyone knows he's one of the great heroes of the war. He said he was coming back to camp one night, a little after midnight, when all of a sudden he heard a horse cry and...
Well, what was it crying about?
Who? What was who crying about?
The horse.
It wasn't a horse that cried. It was a sentry. He gave a cry and pointed to something up in the sky. And there was a great big bomber heading straight for Paris. And when Major Barnes, saw it, he ran and got into his own plane and started after it.
After the horse?
No, after the bomber. And as he was going faster than it wasn't long before he got on its tail.
Sure. That's no way to ride a horse on its tail.
Oh, he wasn't riding a horse. What he did was fly. I'm not talking about a horse.
What'd you say he did?
Fly.
Yes, Shep, don't be a darn fool. It wasn't Major Barnes that was on the horse's tail. It was a horsefly.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, then, what was it? What was it?
Oh, never mind what it was. Let me have a can of baking soda. I'm in a hurry.
You get it first, Zeb.
Yes, just ready to baking soda?
Yes, and you can make fun of Major Barnes all you like, but just the same, he's a wonderful aviator and a marvelous businessman. He showed Father how to make 100% on an investment.
Is that so? Your old man better watch out or he'll be getting slickered.
Well, he won't, because he's already made the money. Major Barnes invested it for him, and he's got it all back, plus 100%.
Here's your baking soda.
And what's more, he's going to let Father in on an invention of his, too. A big thing, something that before very long is going to be right in the public's eye.
He's inventing it, huh?
Well, what is it, Hortense?
Oh, I'm not at liberty to say. Just charge the baking soda to my father.
Yes, all right, Hortense. Say, Eb, what do you suppose that invention is, anyhow?
Oh, shucks. I know what it is.
You do?
Yeah.
Why, how'd you come to find out?
Oh, that's easy. She said it was something that was going to get in the public's eye, didn't she?
Yes.
It's a grapefruit.
Just happened to think of it. There's a little job here me and you've got to do some of these days.
Well, what's that?
Oh, take away that old watering trough there. Maybe we'd better get at it first thing in the morning.
Oh, shucks. You're always thinking up work to do.
Well, never mind now.
What do you want to take the watering trough away first?
Besides.
Why, that's been here in front of the store for the last 40 years.
Yes,
Besides, I got 2 catfish in there I'm keeping.
Yes, but sakes alive there. What use is a watering trough these days? Why, the darn thing's just an eyesore.
How's that?
Eyesore.
What sore?
Aye.
Well, what in tarnation you sore about?
I ain't sure about nothing. I
You just said you was.
I didn't.
You did.
I did not. I didn't, I tell you. Now, shut your darn fool trap. I ain't sore.
Well, you certainly talk like you was.
Well, I ain't. And if you're going to lodge this evening, you better quit chewing the rag and be getting along, young fella, now.
The lodge meeting's been called off this evening.
Called off? Why?
Shucks. The grand, all-powerful, invincible, most supreme, unconquerable potentate got beat up by his wife.
He did, eh?
Yeah.
Well, say, look at that car coming there.
Where?
Right there. Gosh almighty, never seen one like that before.
Say, it sounds powerful.
No. Look at this come. Look at these splits, eh?
Bet it's got a big engine in it.
Well, you know who it is?
Who is it? I can't see.
It's Major Barnes.
Major Barnes?
Yes, sir, that's who it is.
What's he doing in a car like
I
that?
don't know. That's it.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Howdy, Major.
How do you, Major Barnes?
Land of Goshen. Say, that's the right perch-looking car you've got there, Major. Ain't it? Ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Oh, yes. This is a foreign car.
Foreign car? Eh?
Yes, indeed. You know, I bought it abroad last year when I returned from Asia.
What? You don't tell me you was in Asia.
Oh, yes, indeed. On a little exploring trip in the Gobi Desert, we were looking for fossils of prehistoric animals.
What kind of animals?
Prehistoric. You know, many millions of years ago, the Gobi Desert was inhabited by great monsters. For example, there were animals with front teeth a foot long called dinosaurs.
Well, what was their back teeth called?
Their back teeth, they're not important.
They're pretty darn important for chewing gum.
But these animals didn't chew gum.
Well, what'd you do, Major Barnes? Shoot them?
No, of course not. I'm talking about prehistoric animals. They're extinct.
How's that?
Prehistoric animals. They've been dead for 1 million years. Extinct.
No wonder, if they've been dead for 1 million years.
Oh, but you don't understand. An extinct animal is one that doesn't exist anymore. An animal such as...
I know, such as Little Rollo.
Little Rollo?
Oh.
What on earth are you talking about? What Little Rollo?
Mrs. Pinkley's canary.
But that's not an extinct animal.
Heck, it ain't. The cat got it this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't refer to a canary in that sense. The canary was...
Is in that what?
Sense. The canary...
Since what? Since the cat got it.
No. I mean the two words aren't the same. Extinct animal and canary simply do not coincide.
But that's exactly where it did go, inside the cat.
Oh, but the definition of extinct...
Well, didn't you get nothing but them Peter Stork animals?
Not Peter Stork. Prehistoric. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did get something else. I bagged an elephant. One day we
What
were...
kind of bag did you use? Why a bag of peanuts, Jeb? You get the elephant to take a peanut and why...
You do nothing of the sort.
You don't?
You set a trap. And when the elephant gets into it, you've got him. As I say, one day we...
listen, what you bait the trap with, Major Barnes?
Fruit.
Fruit, huh?
Yes. One day we were...
Fruit, huh?
Yes. You bait the trap with fruit, and the elephant eats the fruit. One day we were going...
How does the elephant open the can? Why is a can opener, Zeb? Now keep still and let Major Barnes tell his story.
It isn't canned fruit.
Oh.
It's fresh fruit. Sometimes, when trapping wild animals, you use no bait at all. Just set the trap near a water hole, and you'll catch whatever's looking for a drink.
Whatever's looking for a drink, huh?
Yes.
Bet you must catch a lot of Americans.
Oh, but I'm not referring
Major
to...
Barnes, listen, did you ever shoot any of these here gnu's?
A what?
A gnu, you know, like you have in crossword puzzles.
Oh, you mean new.
He don't, he means you.
Yes, but I mean you.
Who, me?
I didn't say you.
You did.
I said I mean you, an African antelope.
Say, who you call an African cantaloupe? Think a cantaloupe, Ed. It's
I know.
Think you can drive up here and call me a bunch of names? You're crazy.
But I'm not calling you names. I simply said new. New. An animal.
Yes, Ed. You just said you knew an animal.
Oh, I said nothing of the sort.
Well, what did you say then? What did you say?
I said... Oh, dash it all. I don't know what I said.
Well, if you don't know what you're talking about, you better keep your trap shut.
Say, you look here.
Now, wait just a second, Major. Eb didn't mean no harm. He's just a mite hard of hearing, you see, and gets mixed up a mite at times, that's all. Now, is there something you wanted, or...
Why, yes, there is. I want to buy a box of candy.
Oh, a box of candy. Well, now, Eb, you go inside the store and get it, will you? Well, all right. But... I ain't going to take no lift from no dad-darn dude.
And I want the largest and most expensive box you have.
All right, Dad Burnett, you'll get it. You're going out courting this evening, eh?
Well, I'm calling on Miss Schulzenheimer, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. You know, I kind of figured you was, seeing as how you're all slicked up in your best clothes. You know, I figure Hortense sort of likes you, Major.
Well, I hope you're right. Miss Schulzenheimer is a very charming young lady. In fact, I'm quite fond of the whole family. Mr. Schulzenheimer and I may be associated in business someday.
You mean he's going to buy an interest in your air circus?
Oh, no. The air circus is more of a diversion with me than a business. But I was instrumental in helping Mr. Schulzenheimer make a few dollars in the stock market.
Oh, yes. Say, I heard about that. He'd double his money for him in just a couple of days. I guess you're pretty smart in the business way, ain't you, Major?
Well, not necessarily. You know, it's quite simple. You see, there's a concern manufacturing one of my airplane inventions.
Yes.
Every time they get a big order, their stock goes up.
Yes.
And I happen to know about the orders in advance.
Yes.
So it's a very easy matter for me to know when the stocks are going up.
Oh. Well, say, how about giving me a little tip on that?
Well, I couldn't do that, Mr. Winterbottom.
You couldn't?
That would be violating a confidence. But I can do with you just as I did with Mr. Schulzenheimer. I can invest your money for you.
And double it for me?
Well, I can't promise precisely that, but I can assure you a profit.
Well, how much money would I have to put up?
Well, any amount you like. Any sum from $100 to several thousand.
Oh, see? Well, I'll tell you. Drop in tomorrow morning early, and I'll have $100 for you.
Very well. You understand, of course, that I'll have to hold it until I know the stock is going up.
Oh, yes, that's all right. That's all right. You just hold on to it.
Mr. Winter. So it's you, is it, Major Barnes?
And then I'll Hector.
Why, yes. I'm Major Barnes.
Well, for your information, I'm Hector Smith.
Oh, yes. You're the chap who's going to work for me.
Yes, well, we'll talk about that later. I got something else to say to you, and say it darn bad, and it's just this.
You stay away from Hortense Schulzenheimer, you big bum, or I'll bust you.
What's that? Why, you impudent young puppy, are you talking to me? Why, I've got a good notion to slap your face.
Hey, now, Major, let me. Yes, you have. Well, let's see you do it. Come on and do it. Slap my face.
I'll give you just 3 seconds to apologize, young man.
Yes, I thought you'd back down. You're yellow. That's what you are. You're yellow.
Why, you insignificant little sniper.
Look out, Hector. Come on. Let's see you slap my face.
Major, look out for that water trough.
Why, you rat.
I warn you, Major Barnes. The man who crossed my trail is doomed.
Come back here, Hector. Come back here.
Hey, what's the matter? What's the matter going on in here?
Oh, let me help you out, Major. You all right? Oh, Hector pushed the Major in the water trough there.
Oh, yes, I'm all right. Quite all right, but that blasted young idiot.
Oh, now, listen, Major, I hope you won't fire Hector for this. You see, he didn't mean nothing by it. You won't fire him, will you?
Fire him? Say, I wouldn't fire him for the world. Not for the world.
What did Hector say to the Major anyhow?
Well, just like I told you. Me and the Major was standing there talking, and up comes Hector, looking as ugly as a bulldog. And he...
What?
Bulldog. Without so much as saying howdy do or nothing, Hector up and tells the Major he's a big bum. Of course, that makes the Major sore, and...
I don't see why the Major should be sore about that. Hector is a bum.
Oh, I mean, Hector tells the Major that the Major's a bum. And he tells him he's got to quit going around with Hortense. So he says he'll have to apologize.
The Major will have to apologize to Hortense?
No, not the Major. Hector. Hector will have to...
Oh, Hector will have to apologize to Hortense.
No, not Hortense. Hector won't have to apologize to Hortense.
Well, then, who does Hector have to apologize to? The Bulldog?
Oh, but they ain't no Bulldog.
He just said they was.
I didn't.
You said Hector come up with a Bulldog.
Now, Ed, you're getting all mixed up again. I said Hector come up looking...
Oh, Hector was just looking for a Bulldog.
Oh, he wasn't. The Bulldog's out here.
How's that?
I say the Bulldog's out.
Well, I can't help it. I didn't leave him out. What you blaming me for? You're always
not blaming you for nothing. I know you didn't let the Bulldog out. You just listen, I'll tell you.
Tell me who let the Bulldog out?
No, I'll tell you what happened. Hector started to get fresh with the Major, and the Major started after him. And then Hector gave the Major a push, and the Major landed in that old water trough.
Landed in the water trough, huh?
Yes.
Serves him right. That there Major Barnes is crazy anyhow.
Well, he ain't neither. He's a gentleman and a scholar.
Water trough.
Well, laugh and show your teeth. That's right. I tell you, the Major is a gentleman and a scholar. That's what he is. He's got a heart as big as all outdoors. In spite of the dirty trick that Hector done him, he promised me he wouldn't fire Hector from that job he's going to give him. Hector's going to go to work just the same.
Huh. It'll take more than that to make Hector go to work.
Well, and let me tell you something else about Major Barnes. He's going to make some money for me in the stock market, same as he done for old man Schulzenheimer. I give him $100 this morning to invest.
You give him $100?
Certainly. He's going to invest it in the...
Zeb, you're just a plain, ordinary fool.
What? Say, you looky here, you...
Yes, sir, just a plain old fool.
Well...
Why, you'll never see that money again.
Never see it again? How do you mean?
He'll slicker you out of it.
Well, now, I'll just bet you he won't.
Of course he will. Of all the dad-darn
Listen
fools.
here now, he didn't slicker old man Schulzenheimer, did he? No, sirree. He just doubled his money for him, that's all. Doubled it. And in just a couple of days, too. You're just sore because you're... Oh, wait a minute. There's a Son's telephone again. Hello? Oh, yes, Hortense, yes. Yes. Well, listen, Hortense. We got a lot of other orders ahead of yours. Well, I suppose we can. Well, all right. Goodbye. Oh, say, you're going to have to make a special trip up to Schulzenheimer's.
Oh, shucks. What's the matter now?
Oh, she says she's got to have an order right away. Says they're going to have company for dinner.
Dag-nabbit.
Oh.
I wish they'd quit trading here. Make more dad-darn
Oh,
trouble.
well, never mind grumbling about it now. Here, Read off this order to me, and I'll get the stuff and put it in the basket.
Shucks. I can't read your handwriting.
It ain't my handwriting. That's Hortense's writing. She wrote out the order herself, left here just a bit ago. Now go on, read it off there.
Shucks. 2 cans of, let's see, the light here's better. 2 cans, Italian, it's spelled S-P.
Oh, never mind spelling it. It's spinach. 2 cans of spinach. What's next?
1 small can, pate de foie gras. What in tarnation's pate de foie gras?
Grass. Well, it must mean spinach.
But she's already got 2 cans of spinach.
Yes, but this is a small can. It says small can, don't it?
Yes.
Well, quit your arguing and go on and read it there.
Says next, 1 medium can of sauce Spanish.
And 1 medium can of spinach. I got it. Go ahead.
That's all there is, except some writing down here in the corner.
Well, what does it say in the corner there?
Says, also send some greens for center table.
Some greens for center table?
That's what it says.
Well, the only kind of greens we got is spinach. Reckon I better put in another can play seep, huh? Well, there you be. Now, let's see. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 cans of spinach. All right, take it along.
Sure. Say, why don't you take it?
Now, never mind. I got plenty to do here, right here in this store.
Dad darn long walk up to Schulzenheimer's.
Okay.
Dad darn it. And besides, you can look and see for yourself. It sort of looks like it's going to rain, Zeb. The doctor said I had to be careful about getting caught in the rain. Dagnabbit. You know, Zeb, on account of my bum knee, that's a long walk up there.
You and that knee of yours. Why don't you get an umbrella?
I got an umbrella.
Yeah.
In fact, I got 2. The doctor told me to keep one at home and the other at the store here. So they'd be one at each place at all times.
Keep one in each place at all times, huh? Well, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, sure. But it don't work.
It don't work? How do you mean it don't work?
Well, if I keep one at each place at all times, I ain't got none to carry.
Oh, you darned old fool. The doctor didn't mean for you to... howdy, Major Barnes. Howdy.
Hello,
Good
Major
evening,
Barnes.
gentlemen. Good evening. Looks as though we're going to have rain, doesn't it?
See, I told you, Zeb.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Winterbottom, I have some news for you.
Well, what kind of news, Major? I hope you ain't changed your mind and are going to fire Hector. He didn't mean nothing but what he did. He's just a big...
Oh, never mind about Smith. I'm not going to fire him.
Well, now, that's mighty nice, you Major.
Yes, me and Zeb worked hard to get him that job.
As a matter of fact, I've already sent him a letter notifying him to report for work.
Well, say that's fine, just fine.
The news I have for you is about a little investment I made for you.
Oh, yes.
I had a little bad luck, Mr. Winterbottom, and...
I thought so.
Bad luck? You mean...
Yes, the firm making my airplane attachment has just filled the big order from France. Unfortunately, I didn't get the information in time to take the fullest advantage of it when the stock went up. But I did manage to make you 50% on your investment.
You mean a one?
You certainly did. Here you are. Sorry I couldn't have made more for you. Anyway, here's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100...
Oh, sure.
120, 140, and, all I have is another 20. Have you $10 in change?
Yes, we have, yes. And we changed the 10 for Mrs. Snyder not more than an hour ago. Get the Major that 10 out of the till behind there, will you?
As I was saying, the order was kept a secret. Coming from the French War Department, you know, so I was...
Here's your 10.
War Department? Gosh almighty, is France having a war?
Oh, no, just a little trouble with a gang of riffs.
I reckon you mean a gang of roughs.
I know what I mean. Riffs.
Roughs.
Riffs.
Roughs.
I say riffs. Riffs. That's a tribe in North Africa. There was a party of them crossing a river on a raft, and they were...
What?
Raft. And just as they were...
I thought you said it was a riff.
I did say riff. They were
And now you say raft.
Yes, I say raft. They were crossing on a raft.
Make up your mind which one you mean.
I know what I mean. I mean both.
Yes, Jeb, what the Major means is riff-raff.
No, I don't. I don't. I mean a raft of riffs. A riff raft.
Yes, but that's what I said. Riff-raff.
Yeah, and that's just the same as raft.
But it isn't raft. It's raft. There's a T on it. They were crossing the river on it.
Oh, a T on it. Yes, I get what you mean. Yes, raft. You see, the rats was crossing the river.
Not raft.
Yeah.
Not raft.
I still claim it's raft.
The rafts were crossing the river. I mean the riffs were crossing the river.
Wait a minute, Major. Now, you mean the rats was crossing the rafter?
Oh, you're both wrong. The rough was rich in the rafter.
Oh, I say, let it drop. Let it drop. I haven't time to discuss it. I have to get home now and dress. I'm going out to dinner this evening. Goodbye.
Well, say, where are you going for dinner, Major?
I'm dining with the Schulzenheimers, and I'm late now.
Going to Schulzenheimers, huh? Well, I hope you're right fond of spinach.
You allemande, let's do a grand right and left. Right and left around the ring, walk on your heel and toe. Till the side of your lady fair, now promenade her around the square. Promenade that mountain promenade. Now the head couples forward, you come back to the ring. You pass through and separate around the outside ring. Come back home and go to the it's to your corner, allemande. Come back to your partner. You swing 'em round and round. Allen and left on the corner. Now you walk right by your own. You swing the right and lady. You allemande, let's do a grand right and left. Right and left around the ring. Walk on your heel and toe. Till the side of your lady fair. Now promenade her around the square. Promenade that mountain promenade. Now the head couples forward. You come back to the ring. You pass through and separate around the outside ring. Come back home and go to the it's to your corner, allemande. Come back to your partner. You swing 'em round and round. Allemande left on the corner. Now you walk right by your own. You swing the right and lady.
Well, so you know what Major Barnes just done? He told Mrs. Pinkley of the Woman's Uplift Club to put on a sociable and raise $500 and give it to him. He'd put another $500 to it and give the whole $1,000 to charity. Think of that.
So, bet there's a catch in it someplace.
Catch nothing. It's just because he's big-hearted, that's all. He said there's a catch in it when I give him $100 to invest for me. Don't forget that now. Said I'd never get it back. And I got it back, and $50 to boot.
So.
Yes, Major Barnes the kind of fellow we need around this here town. He's up and coming and willing to help people.
He's crazy, that's what he is.
Well, I wish there was a lot more people just as crazy, willing to spend a few dollars at the corn center merchants. Major Barnes makes a lot of money and spends it. And what's more, there's... howdy, Harold. How are you?
It ain't Harold Newbright.
Yeah, something we can do for you?
I just thought I'd drop in and tell you about my new job.
A new job?
Yes.
Well, sakes alive, that's fine, Harold. Who are you working for?
Mr. Schulzenheimer.
Well...
Why, has he started up in business again? I thought he retired.
Oh, he's simply the president of the company. Major Barnes is really the man behind it, and is putting up most of the money. You see, the concern is being organized to handle one of the Major's inventions. The Barnes Universal Duplex Fire Escape.
Got a nice fancy name, ain't it?
Yeah, but Chuck, you'll go broke trying to sell fire escapes around here. Why, they ain't a building more than 2 stories high in the whole darn town.
Oh, yes, but this isn't a fire escape for a building. It's an appliance for a person to put on in case he's up in an office building or a big hotel when a fire breaks out. And we don't propose simply to sell them here in Corn Center. They'll be sold all over the world. And let me tell you something, Mr. Peters. Without one of them, safety is simply a mirage.
How's that?
A mirage.
Now, wait a minute, Harold. What you mean is a garage.
No, I don't. I mean a mirage. Like out on the desert. You know, you look away out there over that great expanse of sand, and you see something moving along. Just a little black speck on the...
Yeah, I know. A sand flea. I had him myself once.
No, it isn't a sand flea. It's a man. And he's moving across that trackless waste, looking for water. He must have water or he can't go on.
Needs water, huh?
Yes. He staggers on slowly. He can scarcely move. His clutch on life is slipping. And then he looks up and sees...
A garage.
Oh, no, he doesn't see a garage.
He isn't looking for a garage.
Why, of course he's looking for a garage, Harold. If he needs water and his clutch is slipping, he's looking for a garage.
Oh, but I didn't
Anyway, what good's the fire escape in the desert?
Oh, we're not going to sell them on the desert. I say they're for people in high office buildings and hotels. How many times have you read in the paper about a fire breaking out in a hotel and the people being caught in their night array?
In what?
Array!
Huh?
I said array!
I don't know what you said, but what you cheering for?
Oh, I'm not cheering.
Harold, are you selling these here now, fire escapades yourself? Or?
No. We haven't commenced to manufacture them yet. At present, I'm selling stock in the company.
How's that?
You said you're selling stock. Stockings. Well, you sell socks? Maybe I could use a pair of them for you.
No, I'm not selling socks or stockings either. If you'll keep still, I'll explain it to you.
Well, go ahead. Who's stopping you?
Shucks.
Major Barnes is putting up 50% of the money necessary to organize the company. Mr. Schulzenheimer is putting up 25%.
Yeah.
And the remaining 25% will be secured through a stock issue. You see, Major Barnes wants the people of Corn Center and Squidgeville to have a share in the profit.
Yes, that'd be Major Barnes all over. He's a fine feller.
So what we're really doing is creating a pool, so that the person of ordinary means can get in for a small sum of money.
Oh, shucks. It won't work out.
Why, of course it will.
What does anybody want to pay to get in a pool for when they can swim in the creek for nothing?
Oh, but I don't mean that kind of a pool. It's a fund.
Ah, shucks. You can have just as much fun in the creek.
Harold, I sort of think you're barking up the wrong tree there. Now, listen here. I think a lot of you. And let me give you some advice. If I was you, I'd stick to this here fire escapade business.
Yes.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Huh?
We have to have a number of people in this pool before we can manufacture and sell fire escapes. In other
Gonna sell fire escapes to people in swimming, huh?
Oh,
Why,
dear.
Harold, whoever heard tell of a swimming pool catching on fire?
We're not going to sell them to people in swimming. We're going to sell them to...
Might as well give it up. People won't buy the dad-darn fool contraption nohow.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, sir.
Well, we expect to sell millions of them. Everybody will want one, simply as a matter of precaution, for the same reason that they keep an antidote for poison in the house.
Anybody that'd keep a nanny goat in the house is a dad-darn fool.
Say, I said antidote. Suppose you swallowed some poison. Now, what
Well,
would you...
Harold, Eb wouldn't take no poison. What are you talking about?
I mean accidentally.
Oh, yes.
Suppose you entered a dark room, took what you thought was a bottle of medicine, drank it, and then discovered it was ink.
Ink?
Yes. Suppose you drank the ink. What would you do?
I'd write with a pencil.
Oh, you...
Well, you
don't...
mean you're selling ink, Harold?
No. I'm selling stock. Shares.
Oh, chairs.
No,
Yes.
not chairs.
What?
Not chairs.
Well,
I'm selling...
Oh, he don't know what he's selling, Zeb.
don't believe he does.
No, you dad-darn fool. At first it's stockings, and then it's fire escapes for people in swimming, and then it's ink. And now...
Yes, Harold, sakes alive. Listen, you ought to make up your mind what you're going to sell. You won't get nowhere skipping around like that.
I know what I'm selling. If you'll only give me a chance to explain it.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sakes alive, you're listening.
Go ahead.
Yes. Only you keep changing the subject. A good salesman ought to come right to the point.
I'm selling stock in the Barnes Universal Duplex Fire Escape Company. And there are 5 kinds of stock. Class A, B, and C, which is preferred. And Class D and E, which is common.
It's all dad-darn fake.
It isn't. It's a wonderful investment. Now, Mr. Winterbottom, I think you would be interested in the common stock, especially Class E. Because D is only sold in blocks of 100 shares, which allows E to be...
What say?
Allows E...
See, he says so himself. It's lousy.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You did. You did. You just said so. It's all a dad-darn fake.
Oh, you think it is, do you? Well, let me tell you something. Major Barnes is going to protect every common stockholder against loss. He's deposited with Mr. Schulzenheimer in cash enough money to buy back all common stock at par value at the end of 1 year.
That's what you say, yes.
It isn't what I say. That's what Mr. Schulzenheimer says. Here, just read this letter.
Yeah, I'll read it, Harold. Let me see it here.
Yes, you read it, Zeb.
Let's see now. Well, that's what it says, all right.
Listen, Eb, says, to whom it may concern, I personally guarantee to repurchase at par value all bonds, universal, duplex, fire escape stock at the end of 1 year from date hereon. Signed, Otto Schulzenheimer, President, Bonds, Universal, Duplex, Fire Escape Company.
There you are.
Where it
You
says.
positively can't lose. At the very least, you're bound to get your money back. How many shares can I put you down for, Mr. Winterbottom? The stock isn't out yet, but you'd better put in a reservation.
Yes, well, I don't know, Harold. I'll think it over. I want to get on it all right, you mind, but I'd like to think it over, mind.
Well, don't think too long, or you lose out. Well, I'll be back again in a couple of days.
All right, Harold, you do that. Goodbye. Yes.
Goodbye. I'll tell you one thing, Zeb.
What?
It's just a dad-darn skin game. The whole
Oh, don't be so darn suspicious, Eb. Major Barnes is as honest as the day is long to begin with. And he's put up the money in cash to buy the stock back if it don't turn out right.
Yeah, but I'd like to see the cash.
Well, Schulzenheimer's got it. He wouldn't be writing a letter like that if he didn't have it. And if you don't believe the letter, call him up. Ask him about it.
gosh, gee willikers, oh, gosh.
Say what in tarnation, what's the matter with you?
Squawking about it.
Yes.
Oh, gee, Jiminy, quicker, so. Oh, gosh.
Well, speak up. What is it? Can't you talk? What is it?
Oh, shucks, I'm ruined.
Ruined?
Yes, ruined. And darn you, it's all your fault. Yes, sir, Mr. Winterbottom and Mr. Peters, I'm going to hold you responsible for this. It's all your fault. That's what it is. You fellas got me into this mess, and what's more, you're
into what? Land of Goshen? What are you talking about? Calm yourself down and tell us what you mean, Hector.
Yeah. You talk like a crazy feller.
Yes. Now sit down there in that cracker box and tell us what's happened.
Well, you told me the job you got me was being a clown in the circus. And when I found out...
It is being a clown in the circus. The circus that Major Barnes is going to put on. He wants a feller to do stunts. Said so himself, didn't he, Eb? Huh?
Yes, he certainly did.
Yes, he said he was going to put on a circus over to Squidsville and wanted a feller to do stunts.
Yes. And do you know the kind of circus he's putting on? Well, he's putting on an airplane circus.
Huh?
And
an airplane circus? Never heard tell it so.
That's just what I said, an airplane circus. And imagine that, I'm supposed to fly up in an airplane and loop the loop and dive and fool around and go upside down and do all sorts of things. That's what he meant by stunts.
Well, land of Goshen. Why, I can hardly believe it. Why, it don't seem possible.
Well, shucks, Hector, you don't have to take the job if you don't want it.
No,
One
of course
thing
not.
about it.
Of course not. You can quit if you don't like it, Hector. He can't make you go up in the air.
Yes, well, that's all you know about it.
What do you mean?
Because I'll tell you why. Just listen to this. Here is a copy of the application you made me sign.
Yes, I remember it.
It says here, this application, when signed by applicant and approved by employer, constitutes a contract binding on both parties.
What's that? Let's see that.
Take it. Here it is. Read it for yourself. That's it, all right. Take it and look at it. See for yourself.
Well, it does say that, don't it?
It does say that. Oh, gosh.
Yes, but listen, Hector, listen here a minute. The major ain't going to approve your darn application when he finds out you can't fly.
He isn't going to approve of it.
No.
He's already approved of it. And what's more, he'll make me go up and do stunts in the air. And I'll break my neck. That's what I'll do. And when I do, it will be all your fault.
Oh, now, sakes alive, quit worrying about it.
Yeah, stop your dad-darn squawking, Hector.
Yes, I tell you, the Major Barnes ain't going to make you go up, and there's nothing like it.
Of course not.
No, you get along, and I'll see Major Barnes and straighten the whole thing out.
Yes, but he won't let me off. Don't you fool yourself.
Oh, of course he'll let you off, Hector.
Sure.
Listen here, Major Barnes is one of the finest fellers in the world, the salt of the earth. Now you get along and just let me tend to this.
Yeah, me and Zeb will have a talk with him. We'll fix it all up.
Yes, everything's bound to be all right. Maybe he'll give you another job, one like Harold Newbride's got, working for the Barnes Fire Escapade Company.
No, sir. I don't want to work for him at all. I don't want to work for him at all. All I want to do is to get out of that contract I signed. That'd suit me peachy.
Well, we'll get you out of it. Now go on along. Just put the whole business out of your mind. You don't amount to hill of beans.
Well, will you see him right away? When are you going to see him?
Well, we'll see him sometime today.
Sometime today, huh?
Yes.
All right, you depend on that. You'll see him and fix it up.
That's what I said.
All right. And you call me up and tell me what he says, will you?
Yes, certainly will, Hector. Now, don't you worry none about it. It'll be all right.
All right. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye, Hector. Well,
Looks to me like he's in a pretty tight pinch, Zeb.
oh, shucks. Major Barnes will let him off. He ain't going to send nobody up in an airplane that can't fly.
No, but he'll send him up in an airplane that can fly. That's the whole trouble right there.
Well, just the same, the major ain't going to make him do it.
You can't tell what the major will do. That feller's crazy, Zeb.
No.
I've been saying it right along, and I say it now. That feller is plumb crazy.
Yes, well, crazy or not, he knows how to make money. He's going to make old man Schulzenheimer rich.
That's nothing. He makes me itch, too.
Oh, not itch. Rich. He's going to make us all rich.
How's that? How is it?
Why, with that there stock in the new fire escapade company he's starting.
Now, shucks.
Well, with old man Schulzenheimer president and the major himself standing behind it, it's bound to be a big thing.
Shucks. That's just a dead darn fake, Zeb. And
wait,
you know
wait
it.
a minute, wait a second. And howdy, Major. Howdy. We were just talking about you.
Well, now, that's quite flattering.
Yes, here you're going to sell some stock in the new company you're getting up.
Yes, we are getting out a small issue.
How's that?
Issue.
What?
Issue.
You better go home and go to bed, dear. You're catching cold.
Yes, go to bed and take a dose of old Doc Simmons syrup of cinnamon. Fix you right up.
No nonsense.
Listen, I'll wrap you up a small bottle and...
I say nonsense.
No, it's 10 cents.
Yes, that's the cut rate on it, Major. Regular 15-cent bottle.
But look here, I haven't a cold. I never catch cold, even in the coldest weather. Why, when I was up in Alaska, I thought nothing of stripping off my clothes and bathing in an icy spring.
Where did you say you bathe in the spring?
In Alaska.
Well, in this country, you ought to bathe oftener.
Yes, most people around here bathe every Saturday night, Major. You see...
No, you don't understand. I mean I bathe in icy water. That builds up a resistance against colds. Colds, you know, are caused by germs. And cold baths kill germs.
Yes, but Major, how are you going to get a germ to take a cold bath?
What you don't understand.
You know the old saying, you can lead a germ to water, but...
No, it's horse. You can...
How's that?
Horse.
Yes, you can horse a germ with water,
You mean you can wash a germ
We
with...
don't need it. I mean wash a horse.
Wash a worm.
Warm a horse.
Stop it, I say.
No.
Stop it! I don't think either of you have the slightest idea what you're talking about. The expression is, you may lead a horse to water...
Yes, that's what I say. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot bathe a germ.
But a germ has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Well, then, what you keep talking about a germ for? You was the one that started this germ business.
I mean the expression has nothing to do with a germ. You can't compare a germ with a horse.
How's that?
I say a germ and horse can't be...
Yes, you see, but the German horse.
Oh, it isn't a German horse, any more than it's a French horse or an Italian horse. Horses don't have a race.
You're crazy. They had one at the county fair last year.
Why, yes, Major Barnes, there's lots of horse races. Didn't you ever see a horse
for
race?
heaven's sake, please, let's drop the subject. I want to buy a box of candy. The very best you have.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, well, now, let's see here a minute, Well, sir, I reckon this candy here in the pink box is just about the best we have.
All right, I'll take it. Here you are.
Oh, sakes alive. Another one of them $20 bills, eh? Well, we can't change it now.
Oh, rot. Well, here. I'll tell you what to do. Take the 20 and send Miss Schulzenheimer a $5 box of candy every day for 4 days.
Yes, but we ain't got no $5 boxes, Major Barnes. In fact, between you and Hector Smith, say, Major, something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, is that so? Well, what is it?
Yes, Hector tells me that there job you got for him is flying in an airplane. Now, he don't know how to fly, you see. Of course, you're not going to make him do it, are you?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, but Dad Rabbit, he don't know how to run an airplane.
Well, then he'd better start learning, because he has to make a flight next week.
Yes, but Major, gracious sake, next week? Why, he can't learn.
But that's his affair. He should have thought about that when he signed the contract.
Oh, yes, but listen, that is a mistake, Major.
Yeah.
You can't make him go up. He'll kill himself. Now, why don't you let him off? Be a good fellow.
I shall do nothing of the sort. Young Smith has been strutting about town, boasting that he gave me a beating. Well, if he likes to pose as a hero, I am going to give him a chance. Flying a stunt plane. He ought to like that. He can have the whole town saying, "Doesn't he look wonderful?"
Yes, but Major...
I don't wish to discuss the matter any further. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, but wait, Major. Oh, Eb, what are we going to do now?
I don't know. But one thing, Hector ain't going to have the whole town saying, "Don't he look wonderful?"
You mean we can get him out of it?
No, I mean they'll be saying, "Don't he look natural?"
Say, come on, Eb. The way you keep lagging behind, we never will get there.
I'm coming, ain't I? You don't know where you're going, nohow. But bet you're lost.
Lost nothing. I've been to the city before. I know my way around, to tell you.
Yeah, I bet you don't even remember the lawyer's name we come to see.
Well, I just bet I do. His name's Boy. B-O-Y-E. Lawyer Boy. And anyway, it wouldn't make no difference if I did forget it. Captain Pinkley writ it all down for me in this card here.
What card?
This card here. See, it's all writ out. A-T-T-Y-B-O-Y-E.
Well, what's that A-T-T-Y spell?
Yeah, it's his first name, I suppose. Yeah, his first name's Atty and his last name's Boy.
Yeah, I hope he knows his business. He ought to be that darn smart lawyer to get Hector out of that contract.
Yeah, he knows his business all right. Captain Pinkley wouldn't send us to some lawyer that didn't know law.
Well, where's the card say his office is? My feet's getting sore.
Says it's in the Hoosen building.
How's that?
Hoosen, the building.
Well, how do I know?
How do you know what?
Who's in the building?
No, sakes alive, ain't nobody in the building.
Well, if there ain't nobody in the building, what are we going there for?
Oh, I mean, that's the name of the building. Hoosen.
Well, there's a Houston building right across the street there. Don't you see the sign?
Oh, well, I'll be darned. Pretty near missed it, didn't we? Well, come on, let's get across here.
Hold on there. What's the matter with you?
I'm fine, officer, thanks. How are you?
Never mind the comedy. Don't you know you can't cross the street in the middle of the block?
Why, we got across all right, didn't we, Eb?
Yeah.
And you was going against the traffic signals at that. Don't you know enough to wait for the light?
Chuck, we don't need no light just across the street.
Why, no, officer, not in the daytime, leastwise.
Oh, is that so? You still feel like wisecracking, eh? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give you buds a ticket.
No use giving us a ticket.
What do you mean it's no use giving you a ticket?
We ain't got time to take in the show, nohow.
No, you see, officer, me and Zeb's just in town for a little business, and we got to get right back to the store again.
Yeah, we have to hurry.
Yes, but thanks just the same for the ticket.
Yes, that was right nice of you, officer.
Yeah, you guys are so amazing. Well, now listen. After this, when you cross the street, cross at the corner. The next time you cross in the middle of the block, you're going to meet the judge.
Well, say, thanks. And listen, if you're ever in Concert, drop in. There's a lot of nice people we'd like to have you meet, too. Well, come on, Neb. Give the door a push there. Excuse me, but are you Mr. Hoosen?
Huh? Say, what are you trying to do? Kid me? Of course I'm not Houston.
Well, then, what you got his cap on for?
I haven't got his cap on.
You have, too. That's his name, writ right across the front of it.
Yeah, but that don't mean I'm Houston, does it?
No, of course it don't, Zeb. Maybe you just borrowed the cap from Mr. Houston.
No, I didn't borrow it. I work here. I'm an elevator guard.
How's that?
Says he guards the elevator.
Who'd want to steal an elevator?
Oh,
Well, we're looking for a lawyer, mister. We're looking for a lawyer. Is there one in this building?
One in this building? Say there's about 100 of them.
Sakes alive. You don't tell me. 100 lawyers right here in this building, huh?
No wonder he's got to guard the elevator.
Say, listen.
No, the lawyer we're looking for is named Attaboy.
Named what?
Attaboy.
Attaboy?
Yeah.
So you're not looking for a lawyer. You're looking for a racehorse.
No. I'm pretty sure he's a lawyer. They wouldn't send us all the way to town just to talk to Racehorse.
How do you spell the name?
B-O-Y-E.
Oh, Boyer. Yes, he's on the second floor, 212. Here you are. Get in the car. 212 is right in front of the elevator. Oh, Duke, let these fellas off at the second. Going up. This car, madam, this car.
Come on, get in there.
Well, keep your dad darn shirt on. I am getting in.
2 out.
Wasn't I?
Oh, well, come on now. It's a fast ride. I reckon this must be the office right here.
Yeah, how'd you know it is?
My dad ding it says so right here in the door. Wilson and Boy. Come on.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
What?
Says them fellers are criminal lawyers. I ain't going to get mixed up with no gang of crooks.
Oh, don't be a darn fool, Eb. That means that there's a...
Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't notice you standing outside the door here. Were you waiting to see someone?
Yes, sir. We, me and my partner here, we're looking for Mr. Boy, the lawyer Boy.
Oh, I think perhaps you mean Boyer. Hi, Mr. Boyer. I was just going out to lunch, but... step right in.
Thank you. Come on, Eb.
No, shucks.
Have a chair now, won't you?
Yes, thank you. Very nice of you. Sit down there, Eb.
Well, now, what can I do for you? Are you contemplating a suit?
No, I'm going to make this and do for a year or so.
What we want to see about Mr. Boy is a contract. Do you know about contracts?
Well, rather. I've been practicing law for 10 years.
Say, Zeb, maybe we better find some fellow that's through practicing and gone into business regular.
No. I can draw up a contract.
Yes, but you see, we don't want no contract drew up. We want to get one busted. You see, a friend of ours signed the contract, you might say, sort of without reading it, you see, and now he wants to get out of it.
I see. That's likely to be a bit difficult. Signing a document without first reading it is something a person should always beware of.
Be what?
Beware.
I don't know. Where?
No. Beware. Like, beware the dog.
I reckon you mean, where be the dog?
Oh, not at all. I mean, by the dog.
Yes, but listen, mister, we don't want to buy a dog. We want to find out how to bust a contract, like I was telling you.
I understand all that. I simply mentioned the dog.
Well, I'll tell you here now. Let's all start over again, and you just never mind the dog, you see. Now listen. Well, we want this contract busted, you see. We'll talk about the dog later.
And I say I understand that.
Oh.
But if you come to me for a pointer...
Oh, dad dang it, mister. We didn't come to you for a pointer or a setter or no other kind of dog.
Yeah, Dad rat it. Can't you get dogs off your mind and get down to business?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You asked me if I can show you how to break a contract. Now, I don't want to be raising your hope up before...
What? Don't want to
be raising hope up.
Well, we don't want to be raising no pup ourselves. Land of Goshen, mister. Now, listen here. If you don't want the pup, send it to the pound. Give it away or something.
Come on, let's get out of here, Zeb. All he can talk about is dogs.
No. Just a moment. Is the man who signed this contract an alien?
Oh, no, he ain't alien. He's perfectly well. Picture hell.
I mean, was he born in this country? Can he read English?
Oh, yes. Certainly he can.
Yeah.
Then why didn't he read the contract before he signed it?
Why didn't he what?
Read the contract before he signed it.
Oh, well, you see, mister, he was sort of, you might say, sort of forced into it, like.
Oh, you mean he was made to sign under duress?
No, he didn't sign it undressed. No, he had all his clothes on. All
No,
right.
I mean, well, as you say, he was forced to sign it.
Yes,
yeah.
forced to sign
Now,
it. Yes.
where was the contract signed?
What's that?
Where was the contract signed?
At the bottom.
Yes.
No. I'm afraid I can't be of any service to you. I'd have to see the contract anyhow.
Oh, say, now, wait a minute. Right here's a copy of it. Stuck it in my pocket before I left the store. Now, here.
On your inside pocket there,
No.
Zeb. I see you put in there myself.
No, it ain't there. That's where I keep my wallet. Oh, yes, here. Look it over. Here it is.
Mm-hmm. I see. A contract to make an airplane flight.
Yeah.
Waives all right to compensation and so... Why, he can get out of this contract very easily. According to this clause here, all he has to do is to furnish a substitute. Someone to make the flight for him.
Yes.
And say, I can help you out in this matter if you like. I have a cousin who's an aviator. He'll be glad to get the job.
Oh, well, say, that's fine, mister. Dad burn it. Listen, have him drop in and see us at the Corn Center General Store in Corn Center.
Very well, I'll do that. He's an ex-army flyer, you know. Flown with all the dogs of the war.
Yeah. Well, when he comes out to see us, just tell him to leave the dogs to hum.
You Alaman, let's do a grand right and left. Right and left around the ring, walk on your heel and toe. Just side of what your lady fair, now promenade her around the square. Promenade that mountain promenade. Now the head couples forward, you come back to the ring. You pass through and separate around the outside ring. Come back home and go to the into your corner, Alamando. Come back to your partner, you swing 'em round and round. Alaman left on the corner, now you walk right by your own. You swing the right and lady. You Alaman, let's do a grand right and left. Right and left around the ring, walk on your heel and toe. Just side of what your lady fair, now promenade her around the square. Promenade that mountain promenade. Now the head couples forward, you come back to the ring. You pass through and separate around the outside ring. Come back home and go to to your corner, Alamando. Come back to your partner, you swing 'em round and round. Alaman left on the corner, now you walk right by your own. You swing the right and lady.
Dang it. Just listen to that rain, Zeb.
Yeah. The wind's sweeping it right up against the store. Every time we get one of them west winds or the rain, she usually lasts for a couple of days, I notice. Won't be so good for Major Bond's air circus, will it?
No, it won't be so good for this here bum knee of mine if I have to go home in it.
Yeah.
The darn thing always raises all fired nation every time it gets wet.
Yes. Well, say, why don't you stay here at the store tonight? Sleep in the cot in the back of the room, the one Hector used to sleep on.
By cracky, that ain't a bad idea, Zeb. Guess I will sleep here at the store tonight, then.
Yes, might just as well. No use of paddling through all that.
Who do you suppose that is knocking?
Oh, I suppose it's someone that figures the store's closed account we got the front door shut.
Well, what you reckon we ought to do about it?
Why, go open the door.
Huh?
I said go open the door.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Let's see.
All right. Keep your shirt on. I'm a-coming.
Boy.
Oh.
Kind of damp out this afternoon, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
My name's Horace F. Hyde. My cousin, Boyer, the attorney, told me that you...
How's that?
I say my cousin, Mr. Boyer, the attorney, told me you might have a job for me. I'm Horace F. Hyde,
I didn't quite catch the name. You say...
Well, this is a fair one, Jeb.
Horace Hyde.
Well, mister, we don't sell horse hides here.
I didn't say I wanted to buy a horse hide. I
reckon he means he's selling horse hides, Zeb.
Well, I said we don't want to buy no horse hide neither. Land of Goshen, what did we do with a horse hide? We couldn't use it for nothing.
No, you're all wrong. You're right.
Certainly you are, Zeb. We could use a piece of horse hide to nail over that there worn place on the counter.
Now listen, my cousin...
But it'd be pretty darn expensive, wouldn't it?
No, listen.
It wouldn't cost so much. All we need is a little piece, It won't cost much at all.
My cousin, the attorney, sent...
See, just 30 cents.
Well, I don't know, Eb. That's true.
Come on. Where do you guys figure you're...
What say?
I said where. Where do you...
Yeah, that's a fact, Deb. Just think how it'll wear.
Well, maybe it will. I don't know.
Hey, you're the dumbest guys I've seen for years.
That's right, for years. It'll wear for years, Zeb.
Oh.
Yes, I guess you're right at that, Eb. Well, we'll take a piece of that horse-hide, young feller. You know, you're a pretty darn good salesman. You know that?
But I'm not selling horsehide.
Huh? What? You ain't selling horsehide?
No, I'm...
Well, then, what in tarnation are you selling?
I'm not selling anything.
Well, now, that'll be just enough out of you, young feller. Coming in here and giving us a long talk about horsehide just for a joke. Taking up our time and then just...
I didn't say anything about horsehide.
You did. Why, of course you did. You stood right there and said that you was...
I did not. My name is Hyde. H-Y...
What?
Say, are you deaf? Why? It's my name.
Well, how do we know why it's your name?
Yeah, go ask your father.
Yes.
I didn't ask why it's my name. I said it is.
Shucks. He's crazy, Zeb. First he said it's his name, and then he said it's his age.
Yes. Now, we don't want to bother with you, young fella. You better be on your way, or we'll...
Give me a chance to talk, will you?
Yeah.
My name is Hyde. I'm an aviator.
What?
My cousin, Mr. Boyer.
Oh, well, say, why in perdition didn't you say so? You're the fella that Lawyer Boyer was speaking of. The fella that's going to take Hector Smith's place in that airplane, huh?
Yes, I'm the guy.
Oh. Well, why couldn't you say so in the first place? Instead of beating around the bush.
Yes, well...
What's the dope in this job, anyway?
Oh, yes, well, there ain't much to it. You see, a friend of ours signed a contract to go up in an airplane, but he can't fly. No, so we're sending a fella to go up for him, you see.
Well, where does he hop off from? Where does he go up from? Someplace right here in town?
No, the place about halfway between here and Squidsville, on the left side of the road it is. You can't miss it. You got a car?
Yep.
Yes, well, I tell you, then you just drive over there and ask for Major Barnes and tell him you're going to take Hector Smith's place. And
say, Zeb, you go ahead and talk to him. I'm going to get that bed ready in the back room.
Oh, yes, all right, Deb. Just go right ahead, Jane.
Ask for Major Barnes, huh?
Yes.
I don't suppose his first name happens to be Robert, does it?
Yes, it certainly does.
An Englishman?
Yes. Why, do you know him?
Know him? Well, not personally. But I guess just about everybody in the whole air service knows about him.
You don't say.
He's the guy that saved Paris.
Oh, yes, so I hear. Yes.
I want to get along there before dark. I'd better be steaming along. I'll drop in and let you know how I make out.
Yes. All right, Jim. I'm glad you called. And
I take the road straight ahead, don't I?
Yes, right straight ahead. That's it. Good night. Night, yeah. Still a pouring. Yeah, sort of hate to go home in it myself tonight. Oh, Eb! Now, ain't perdition, you suppose he wins. Howdy, Hector.
Oh, gosh sakes, it's certainly raining cats and dogs, ain't it?
Yes, I just saying to myself, I sort of hate to go home in it. Ain't got my umbrella here.
Oh, sure, that's too bad. Well, if I'd known that, I'd have brought you over my new invention.
Why, you got a new invention?
Say, have I? Say, that's a pepper.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Mr. Winterbottom, a pepper.
Oh.
You put it on according to instructions, and no matter how hard it's raining, you won't get a drop of water on you.
Yes.
No, sir, not one drop.
Well, what is it, Hector? Sort of like a raincoat?
No. It's a kind of a cross between a pair of horn-rimmed spectacles and
And a lightning rod, yes, that's it, a lightning rod. Oh, what you talking about? Pair of spectacles and a lightning rod. An outfit like that wouldn't keep the rain off you? Oh, is that so? Yes, that's so. Well, it will, Mr. Winterbottom. It shows you're wrong. I'll tell you what I'll do. What? I'll send it over to you, and you wear it according to instructions, and I'll guarantee you won't get wet. Well, how do you wear it? Well, first you put on the spectacles. You see. Then you stick the lightning rod down the back of your neck, so that it sticks up above your head exactly 3 inches. Exactly 3 inches, huh? Yes, 3 inches, and then then you stay inside the house till the rain's over. And then you stay inside the house. Say, now, that'll be about enough out of you. You didn't feel so darn funny the other day before me and Eb got you out of going up in that airplane, did you? You were scared to death, that's right. Shoot, I wasn't scared about going up in that airplane at all. No, I bet you wasn't. Well, I wasn't, I tell you. Because danger means nothing to me. Why, I just laugh at danger. Ha, 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 ha. Just like that. I went right into a lion's cage once, I did. A lion's cage? Yes, sir, right into a lion's cage. And when you go into a lion's cage, when I first went in there, I made up my mind I wouldn't show any sign of nervousness. So you know what I did? What did you do? I made up my mind that when I got in there, I'd look that lion right square in the eye. Yes, sir, right square in the eye, I'd look that lion. And so I went up, I grabbed a hold of the door. I flung the door open. I stepped inside. And did you look the lion right square in the eye? Oh, shoot, no, there wasn't any lion there. I figured it was all a darn fake in the first place. If you was... Say, was that the wind rattling that door, or what do you suppose?
Hey, open this door, will you?
Well, gosh, it sounds like Mr. Peters. Yes, I reckon the darn lock must have sprung when you come in, Hector. Why, you darned old fool, what you doing standing out here in the rain? You're soaked through. Get inside here.
I ain't standing here. I've been home.
Home?
Yeah.
I thought you was going to stay here at the store tonight and count the storm.
Well, I am. I'm going to sleep here at the store. I just went home to get my nightshirt.